How are you, fellow friends and family? Hope you're okay. My name is Luke Junior Pili, a brand ambassador for Mask Off Foundation, which deals with mental health. I believe you are all sanitizing in this particular COVID time situation which we are in. Hope you are masking up. Stay home, stay safe. So today we have a good topic. I'm going to talk about suicide. So most of us we usually understand what suicide is, but we don't know the main cause and how we can come over it. So today we're going to talk about suicide. So my first question is going to be, what is suicide? Suicide means ending your own life. Most of people don't understand what it is. Suicide, it is ending your own life. It is sometimes a way for people to escape from pain or suffering. When they cause suicide, that's what they believe in. When someone ends his own life or her life, is called suicide. Then there's what we call suicide attempt. Suicide attempt, this means if someone tried to kill himself but did not die of it. That is what is called suicide attempt. So those are the main explanation of suicide. Then we're going to talk about the triggers of suicide. Triggers suicide thought. What triggers suicide thoughts? So what triggers suicide thoughts? In short, what causes suicide thoughts when a person is about to commit suicide? The first point which I'm going to give you is struggle to cope with certain difficulties in your life. Some people, when they struggle to cope with a certain difficulty which we face in our life, the only end result which they think of is to come to be involved into what? Suicide. To them, they know that maybe that's the only way they can be out of that situation, but no, we cannot handle that. So the first point is struggling to cope with certain difficulties in your life. It can make you to feel or commit suicide. Then my second point is mental health problems. If someone has mental health problems, this can lead him or her to commit suicide again. So that's the second point. We are on the what triggers suicide thoughts. So that's one is second. Then number 3, there's bullying and discrimination, and this one is very common everywhere you go. You find some people are being bullied and discriminated, and this may lead someone to commit suicide. We are on causes. Hope you're getting note of it. Then there's sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is a way of someone again to cause suicide. Sexual abuse, illness, or long-time physical pain. There are some illness which can cause you to have a long-time physical pain, which may lead a person to commit suicide because that pain has been for a long time, whereby a person cannot control him or herself. At the end, they think suicide is the solution, but well, not. It's not. That's the fourth point. And there's physical abuse. There are some physical abuse can lead you to suicide, and also drug abuse and substance abuse can lead a person to be found in suicide. Even end of relationship nowadays, even not nowadays, even long time ago, when a relationship comes to an end, people tend to commit suicide. It's also the cause. Wow, it's a sad world. Money problems. I know people talk about money, that's not, but money problems is also a cause of suicide. People, when they're lacking money, they are homeless, they don't have whatever to eat. People end up thinking maybe death is the only way. They end up committing suicide. So money problem is also a source of suicide cause in our country, at large, in the world. There's also isolation or loneliness. This also makes a person, when you are isolated from different kind of things, you end up thinking badly and you end up committing suicide. Loneliness is also part of it. It's also the cause of it. There's even pregnancy. There are some people who intend having pregnancies and aware of being forced. They end up having suicide because of the shame which they are going to bring to the society. But it's not a shame, because that's a mind. When they are pregnanted, they are being impregnated, they think that's a shame. Then they end up committing suicide. There's also forced marriage, like in villages, even here in Lusaka, there are some parents who force their children, men and women, to go into forced marriage where situations are not okay. They end up even them to do what? To be in a situation of suicide. Then sexual or gender identity. Some people, they don't feel okay about their sexual and gender identity. They end up being involved in what? In suicide also as well. So suicide, those were the main cause. I'm just listing the importance of suicide cause. So hope you have get note of it. Then number 3, I'm going to go on point number 3. Many head of point number 3, which said, how can one know or identify a person with suicidal mind? How can we identify or know a person who has that mind of suicide, him or her? So first point is, when a person has excessive sadness or moodiness, this may lead a person to this. You can know that this person is about to commit suicide, because excessive sadness and moodiness, every time swing of moodiness it changes, just know that that person is about to commit suicide. Number 2, there's hopelessness. A person is hopelessness, the final results, what they think all about is just to die, just to kill themselves. So that's the second one. Number 3, sleep problems. A person who has got that thoughts of suicidal is having challenges in terms of sleeping. He cannot sleep, he will be moving up and down. And the 4th point is withdraw. There are some people who withdraw in different characters. For example, I can say choosing to be alone and avoiding friends or social activities. Those people, when you see your friend is withdrawing from you, choosing to be alone and avoiding themselves from social activity, just know these people are about to commit suicide. Be close to them and help them as much as possible as you can do, because loneliness, avoiding such activities which a person must be involved in, simply means just put a question mark on them or her. Just know that they're about to commit suicide. Changes in personality and appearance. A person who's about to commit suicide, they change in their mind and personality, changes in personality and appearance. So even in their mind, when they change that thing which they change in their mind, they'll show it into appearance or into their personality. Just know that these people are about to commit suicide. Dangerous or self-harming behavior. A person who's about to commit suicide, you see their behavior which is very dangerous. Even when, for example, I'll give you an example of it. When you are a driver, when they are driving, they'll be driving careless. That person is about to commit suicide. Even their harmful behavior, whereby tenga chitu chichonse azila salasa. So there's also recent trauma or life crisis. There are some situations, as I said, that is like breakup situation. They have that mentality of trying to kill themselves or to cause suicide on them. Their lifestyle, how they have grown up, how they are being tormented mentally. So also this one, recent trauma or life crisis, is also a cause of someone, or it's also a sign of the person who's about to commit. Example, my past relationship, my past lifestyle, that pain which is feeling, just know that this person is about to do something big and bad. You have to watch out for that person. Threatening or talking about suicide. There are people like who come and tell you that, hey, me, I'll kill myself. They are even speaking it. They are speaking their mind because of their pain which they are in. They're talking about suicide. You just know that these people are serious. They don't joke around. Those are the people who say, no, I was with this person today, but tomorrow I thought he was joking. No, don't get that as a joke. Get hold of them. Help them as possible as you can. So those are the how you can know or identify a person who has got a suicidal mind. And the main point number 4, the final one, not the least, which says, how can one overcome suicide thoughts? How can we? As for me, if I've got suicide thoughts, how can I overcome it? What am I supposed to do? Or if you are the person who wants that, the way you can overcome it. First point, which I'm going to give you, remove yourself from danger. You don't have to be where there are dangerous things. You have to remove yourself from something which is very dangerous, because you may end up hurting yourself. Second, slow your breathing. This breathing we are doing, of this breathing we usually do, it is important when we are in a bad crisis mood. We have to breathe slowly. You inhale and exhale in an easy way. It will make you to be calm. Visualization. When you're in bad situation, just visualize about your life, about yourself, about good things you have been through, and about love things you have been through, what your family has done for you, what your relatives have done for you. Visualize about good things. The more you're visualizing, the more your mind is coming out from suicide mind. Use your sense. Always use your sense. Even if you're in a hard situation, don't be at ease to judge. Come back to your senses. Use your sense to think and to understand in the situation you are in. Please use your sense. which you are born with, because anger, temper, hardship may cause you to go into suicide, but just use your sense and you'll be okay. Then another point is reach out. When you're in suicide mind or difficulty or dilemma of suicide, you have to reach out to people whom you are close with, even to health facilities, Kuma clinics. There are people who help. For counseling, you can go for that. When you reach out to other people, they say problem shared, problem solved. Together we can win, together we can overcome. Divided we stand. Divided we fall, united we stand. So that's what they say. So the problem shared, problem solved. That's how things are. When you talk about the situation you are in, someone will help you out. Even that suicidal mind which you had, it will come out of you a bit by bit. The more you are sharing, the more you are being encouraged to be out of that situation which you may be in. Then there is remind yourself of the recovery. Whenever you are in a suicide situation, just remind yourself that, oh, I will recover in this situation. Whatever happens, just recover yourself, recover your mind, come back to your senses and discover yourself, who you are and what things so far have you been through, and at which point or hardship you are facing. Just remind yourself that you can overcome these too. With that feeling of healing in yourself, I'm telling you, suicide cannot overcome, because it starts with our feelings, then it comes to our mind, then disturbs our souls also as well. So suicide is a dangerous mental issue problem.